What's up, guys? Welcome back to Pages of Magic. My name's Sam, and today we're going to go through all of these books. This is the last section of my story, my set of books from going to the Haunted Bookshop in Iowa City. When I got there, it was closed. It said it was open online, but they were only open for appointments only. But they had a huge, not really huge, it was an okay sized sale out front for charity, where hardcovers were $1 and softcovers were 50 cents. So this one is kind of my mix. There's a couple modern books in there, a couple books of poetry, and then a whole bunch of really old books. So I'm talking late 1800s, beginning of 1900s. I got them because they were gorgeous, and there's one that's in German that I can't even read. And so let's go through these. To start, we have let's see, what's it? Greg. It just says Greg Speed Studies. So that's Greg Speed Studies. We'll get the sticker off here. It's off there. It's off there. Greg Speed Studies. So I went through this one because I had no idea what Speed Studies was. At first, it's ripped there. But apparently it is Foundations of Speed and Accuracy. And it's, I guess, speed in shorthand writing of the late 1800s. So if you take cursive and you try to shorthand it, apparently is what this book is about. So I'll get into the chunk of it. There is what this book is about. It's teaching you how to do this, how to take regular cursive words and make them shorter. So when you type LOL, this is the late 1800s, early 1900s version of typing LOL. And if you go even further, they're not even words. What the heck is that? What is that? There is a description at the bottom, but look at this description. Tiny. Look at this whole section here of just scribbles. It's like hieroglyphics. But anyways, I might just use this book for journaling, to be honest, because I'm never going to read that. I actually tried, and I could not. Couldn't read it. It made no sense to me whatsoever. So there was that one. Then we have Milton's lyric and dramatic poems. That's a really pretty seal right there. And it's the English readings. So this one, apparently Milton was a famous author way back in the late 1800s, early 1900s, and so this was kind of like a course study of that. So it's just all his, not all, but a lot of his poems and stuff like that. So that one might be a nice little read. Then we have, it's a Library of American Fiction, stories by T.A. Hanovier, E.P. Mitchell, C.A. Stevens, Charles Dickey, H.H. Boyson, Julia Scheyer. There we go. And it's just another little book of short stories. And this one's, it's pretty old. I think this one was 1886. But it's in pretty good condition. Oh, and there's something in the side. It's a little thing that says Carlton Howard Norris. So apparently Carlton Howard Norris owned this book, read it, and left his little name on a tag in there as a bookmark. And then we have this one. A gorgeous little book. I'll put it up close so you can see. Look at that. Gorgeous. But it is Herman and Dorothea Goethe. So it starts out in English. All the title page, English. Forward, English. To the teacher, English. introduction is English. Then you get to the story. Not English. I'm pretty sure it's German. I have no idea to tell though. It is gorgeous handwriting, or not handwriting, but it's gorgeous writing. So I might see if somebody wants it. Like if I can sell it online or something to somebody who actually wants it, I will. If not, that's fine. I will use it for journaling because, I mean, look at that. It's so pretty. If only I knew what it said. But it's a gorgeous, gorgeous little book. It's beautiful. It would make a nice little journal. So those are some of the older ones. Oh, we got two more old ones. We have The Writings of Bret Harte, Standard Library Edition. And that's this one. The Story of a Mine. So this, I believe, it is a miner from the Old West who moved to the West to work in a mine, and he has all of his stories of that. And there's actually, pretty sure this is the one, there's pictures in here. There are old charcoal pictures, this one here, and you can see how it's indented into the page, and it has to have this cover so it doesn't bleed through. And there's a couple of them in here, and I just thought that was the coolest thing ever. So that's why we got this one. Plus, like, old book smell. I'm a sucker for old book smell, I gotta say. And then the last one we have is Lady Chatterley's Lover. And that's this one. Gorgeous gold on it, and the spine is really pretty too. And this one's actually in pretty good condition. But there's no blurb or anything on it, so I have no idea what it's about. The text is the third manuscript version, published in Florence in 1928 by Orioli, distributed in Canada by permission of Lawrence Pollinger Limited, and printed in the United States of America. But I got it because of the first paragraph, so let me read it to you. Ours is essentially a tragic age, so we refuse to take it tragically. A cataclysm has happened. We are among the ruins. We start to build up new little habitats, to have new little hopes. It is rather hard work. There is now no smooth road into the future, but we go round or scramble over the obstacles. We've got to live no matter how many skies have fallen. That made me buy this whole book. Just that first paragraph. It was just, I don't know, just the sound of it in my head was like, yeah, we have to get this book. So we did. So I'm really going to have to read this one for sure. Alright, what else do we have? Now, let's see. We have, I'm going to show you. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 books right here. Oh gosh, Sienna. Let me see if we can fix this. 5 books, right? All 5 of these have the same name of that professor who works at Iowa College in Iowa City. She owned all 5 of these books, on top of all the other ones that I have shown in past videos. All 5 of these she owned. So to start, we have The Journal of Charlotte L. Fortin, a young black woman's reaction to the white world of the Civil War era. So there's that one. And this was actually, from what I found on Google, part of the course that this professor here, that she teaches. So this one actually makes sense of why she has it. The other ones, I assume it's just because she's an author and she's really into literature. That's my theory, but I'll never know. So this is The Journal of Charlotte Fortin, a Free Negro in the Slave Era. Right there. So I thought this would be a really interesting read. So let's see. Charlotte L. Fortin, 1938 to 1914, was sensitive, intelligent, and educated in the culture and conventions of pre-Civil War America. But one thing distinguished her from other young Philadelphia women. She was black, destined to endure the constant insults that were accorded any person of color in her day. Her remarkable diary reveals how her resentment against the prejudice of the white world became transformed into an iron determination to excel. Impatient to help the self-advancement of other blacks, she went to Massachusetts to become a teacher and became active in literary and abolitionist circles. Then, during the Civil War, she traveled to South Carolina to participate in a unique social experiment involving newly freed blacks of the Sea Islands. In 1878, she married the Reverend Francis J. Grimke, the son of Henry Grimke, whose two sisters, Sarah and Angelina, were prominent abolitionists. Charlotte Fortin's zeal for justice and her personal renderings of the events and people of her day make her journal an important document in American social history. Her bequest to humanity, Ray Allen Billington writes, was a journal which could reveal to a later generation her undying belief in human decency and equality. That just sounds fascinating. There's nothing else I can say to it. It sounds amazing. I love reading journals because I love writing my own journal. So of course I would love journals. This one, because it was that the professors, she's marked it important paragraphs all throughout. There's, where'd it go? I just came across there was a map or something in here. I can't find it now, but I swear there was. Here it is. Okay. So the Sea Islands of South Carolina. There's a map in there. But yeah, this one I really want to read because this woman, she sounds fascinating. There we go. Now we go on to a couple books of poetry. We have James Galvin, Everything We Always Knew Was True. That's the cover of that one. It's a really pretty winterscape in a forest with a river running through it. Gorgeous. This one was owned by the author, and if you read this, it says, "For Kathleen, a really big love, Jim." So the author actually signed it and sent this professor his little book of poetry. So let's see if we can. Oh, she's made notes in this one too, right there. And it's all the way throughout, which is, it's funny as heck because she was probably gifted this and she still had to go through and edit it. And I didn't read any of these before I bought it. I'm a sucker for the cover. What can I say? But yeah, there's book of poetry. There's the little back. The next one is The Unborn, poems by Rodney Jones. There is the cover. And then we'll turn to the inside and boom, our little professor's right there. And this one, she's also marked up. Pretty much if she owned it, she marked it. Which I love. I've thought about that now after going through and reading. I'm like, you know what? I own all these books of poetry now, and I've read some of them, and I haven't made a single note in any of them. Here's one that I might like, The Magic Cloak. That one just sounds fascinating, so I might have to put a bookmark in that and read that tonight before we go to bed. And then we have our third and last book of poetry, and it is Asphalt Georgics by Hayden Carruth. I don't know what Georgics are. I'm pretty sure this is poetry. Maybe it's a short story. Oh, it says poetry on it, but there's a cover. And there's our little author. Now, you know what? I would hate for all these books that she owned to suck, and that's why she got rid of them. That would be terrible. I'd be so upset. These ones look like they're smaller poems, but again, little marks in there. So I'll feel better about marking it myself if somebody else has already marked it. I don't think I could just go through a completely plain book and just mark it up on my own. Somebody else definitely has to do it first. But yep, there's our third book of poetry. The next one I got because it was gorgeous and the title just spoke to me. So it's Fingerprints of Previous Owners by Rebecca and Tell. And there's the cover. See gorgeous palm trees in blue and pink and purple, and look at that handwriting. You know I'm a sucker for a good cover. So this one, it says, at a Caribbean resort built atop a former slave plantation, Myrna works as a maid by day. By night, she trespasses on the resort's overgrown inland property, secretly excavating the plantation ruins the locals refuse to acknowledge. Despite having to care for her mother, who has stopped speaking, and friends who are focused on day-to-day survival, Myrna is increasingly drawn to Cruffy's Island's violent past. With the arrival of Mrs. Mannion, a wealthy African-American, also comes new information about the history of the slave owner's estate, and tensions finally erupt between the resort and the local island community. Suffused with the sun-drenched beauty of the Caribbean, Fingerprints of Previous Owners is a powerful novel of hope and recovery in the wake of devastating trauma. And it's a debut novel, and explores what it means to be colonized, what it means to colonize and be colonized, to trespass and be trespassed upon, to be wounded and to heal. So you can see it was owned by our favorite professor / author. And then there's a note in here for some reason. I have no idea. And it was signed by the author for Kathleen. Thanks for all of your support, with lots of affection. So that's pretty cool. But it makes me think that it might not be a good novel. I mean, the author or our professor did mark it up. But if she got rid of it, then maybe it's not that good. I'm hoping it is, because like, you can't have a gorgeous cover like that and have a blurb like that and not be a good novel. And last but not least, we have Marley and Me. How could I pass this up? It was $1. It's the hardcover edition. I'm pretty sure I only own the softcover edition of it. So yes, had to give it, just like because I'm a sucker for covers, I'm also a sucker for dogs. Unless the dog dies in it, and then I am a sucker for it, but I will bawl and be resentful of it. So this one is a bawl and be resentful of it one, because we all know what happens to Marley at the end of this novel, because it was turned into a movie. So let's see, we have this one, and all these are the books that we got for, we're not going to lift them all up, especially the older ones will fall down, but we're going to try it. And right there, I believe that's all of them. So that's all those, and that finishes our series of all the books that I bought at that sale in Iowa City from the Haunted Bookshop. So my name is Sam, and this has been another video from Pages of Magic. Thank you for watching. If you liked it, definitely give me a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and we will see you all again soon, hopefully with another journaling videos, my thoughts. Yes. Alright, we'll see you later. Bye!